That works. Really simple. All I did was turn it on, plug it in, I turned on the here, and then there was an error message that said hit the reset button. I hit the reset button, and it's sitting here like this. We want to start the belt, we just hit the green button. Okay? The green button's the red button to stop. These up and down arrows, there is a VFD in here, a variable frequency drive, meaning it changes the belt speed depending on your line speed or whatever. The good thing about that is in the olden days, and I can talk in the olden days because I've been doing this a long time, when you would change the belt speed, it would impact where the rejector was hitting. Not so with our machine. It doesn't matter if I'm going fast or slow. I would have liked to have tested this. I believe it's set up that way. But it doesn't matter if it's going fast or slow. It knows where the product is on the belt because of the photo line on the in-feed, and it will reject every time. So if you come out there and you set it for 40 feet a minute, whatever, 40 feet per minute, you're like, I'm thrilled with this. It's rejecting perfectly. And somebody comes in behind you and speeds it up to 80 feet a minute. In the olden days, you would now miss your reject. You'd miss it. And you're like, doggone it, I just set this up. These people are helping me. Stop helping me. Okay, that doesn't happen anymore. When you set it up for 40, it rejects. When you go 80, it rejects. Okay, and we're going to prove that out. We're going to prove that out. Okay, so let's talk about the machine itself. Hit the start button, and then we're ready. And perfect. We got some muffins right there. It'll be great. To do an auto product setup, that's the first thing we're gonna take these muffins. Can I look at it? Are they the same?
They are different.
They are different. Okay. Couple of things. Let's do a product setup, and I'm gonna do one, which is great. But I don't need practice doing it. So guess what? One of you, and I don't know who, will be doing it next because it makes I can do this asleep. Yeah. I've done it many times. Doesn't matter, when I walk out of here, it's your machine. I want you guys to know how to do it.
Exactly.
So, the control right here, you hit program, and it asks for a code. The code that is fabulous is 5 zeros and a 2. So, 00002, enter. And that gives you several prompts. You use your up and down arrows, and so we're gonna go to products, and we're gonna create a new product. And this is, I'm gonna call it double. Well, I'm gonna go D, and then I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go chocolate. And it's kind of like your old school cell phone. If you guys,
you can probably go DCM.
DCM is
That's what we use for that.
Okay, you want that? D,
yeah, DCM.
C.
Yeah,
Oh, I missed
double
it.
chocolate muffin. That's what we use.
Enter. Okay, so you can see now when you come up to the machine, that's the main running screen. It says DCM. Now we got to set up. Okay, now we got to set up. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back to my 0000002. Enter, and now I'm going to go auto learn. Before I get to auto learn, we have one of these. We're going to make do with our little training here. I don't love this. I would like 3 of them, right? 3 separate, what do we call these? Not a
Trays. Trays,
whatever. Because there is differences in this muffin to the next tin of muffin to the next tin of muffin. They just are. They're just slight differences. They're not, well, they shouldn't be massive differences. You guys want consistency in your product, but they are a little bit different. So I would say if you're doing an auto product setup, you want 3 different ones to give it a little bit of variety.
Grab 2 more.
Yeah, that, I mean, if it's,
Oh, is there not?
We're not doing
it's okay.
that.
It's
I
okay.
don't know where he got that.
I don't know either.
There's in the warehouse.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Ideally, we would want 3,
Yeah.
right? Ideally, we would want 3. Okay, so we come here, and it says auto learn on. It says off, and when you hit enter, you can see my little tab right there. You want to come in here? When you hit enter, it's blinking, and then you can toggle it. So we're going to go auto learn on, auto detection mode off. And he's getting some extras. Well, we're just going to do 3 for right now, and we're going to pass this one 3 times. But that's not ideal, right? Like, I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to tell you, guys, be smarter than that. If you're just going to do one, then you're not helping yourself. So then we go program, and it tells us to start passing the product. So you turn on the belt, and someone cuts it for me. Thank you. We do it once.
Humor. They're calling me.
This is just like the one at Shining Ocean.
I think I sold you one. At
Yeah,
Shining Ocean.
yeah. I think we had a couple of them actually.
Brandy, catch that.
It's okay. Thank you for grabbing those. You know what? I'll take one of the. That's fine. Thank you, sir. Not yet. And it'll tell us that's 2 passes.
Right.
And here's our third pass with a different. Oh, I love these.
What about postings? That will make
We
difference.
we'll do it. We'll do it if you'd like.
Oh yes, I do.
Whoa.
Because I know that's the big issue with the
Let's
posting.
go. Let's do it. I don't. Yeah. However you want to do it.
We'll have to teach the machine a different day because we're not doing that right now.
Yeah, we're gonna know how to
Okay. It's still thinking, and now it's done. Pretty simple process. At this point, this is what I do. I would put this back through and make sure we have a good setup, and see how it doesn't. Here, you trade it. You put it through. See how it didn't bounce. See how it's very stable. Okay. Try this one just for fun. Yeah, super stable. Okay. Now let's see what we think we set up on. Hit the status button. It's the upper left-hand button. Okay. Our sensitivity is 290. I think.
Yes.
Yep.
Detection mode 4.
Detection mode 4. I will talk to you about that in a second. We're going to put that on pause. Ferrous performance 1.2. Non-ferrous 1.5.
5.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't read it. And then 1.6%. It kind of gives you a starting point. If your specs are this, we're going to easy find them. So let's prove it to you. Let's start with ferrous. Here's a 1.5 ferrous. I think it says it'll do it. Let's go ahead and put that through. Yep. Yep. Go ahead and put that through. Okay.
What the hell? It will destroy our cake.
I know.
Yeah, but you'd rather have a destroyed cake than metal getting out, right?
1.5. I have a 2.0. So let's try that. Why don't you change the belt speed? Just go
turn it
down with the buttons. Yeah. And you can see it saying, oh, we were at whatever and now we're going slower. So, and let's verify that this still knows where it's at. I bragged about it a minute ago.
Yeah.
Let's see if, I mean, like, this could go badly for me. Right? Okay, we're much slower. We get a reject. Still good. Okay. Eject confirmation. Okay, so you saw that. Our belt was significantly slower. If it was the same speed as earlier, it would have missed it, right? Like,
Right.
here, I'm gonna. Oh, please tell me. All right. And that was 2.0. And let's see, what is the smallest stainless you have? We have 3. Okay. Something I'd like to point out. I can't see those. Can you?
So on the other side. Turn around.
This is 3. This is 3
Oh, yeah.
as well. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's standard. Yep. We're going to focus in on something on the screen here in a second. And I also want to look at this real quick. Yeah, it's okay. Alarm 22.1 dB. When we see a reject, we measure the strength of reject in dB, which is decibels. Doesn't matter. It could be inches or it could be miles. It doesn't matter. We just use dB. dB is decibels per sound, right? Or whatever. Anything over a 2.0 is a repeatable event. Like, you feel good about it. If it's 0.4, you're like, whew, we barely got that. Like that, it would still say A, alarm, equals 0.4 dB. You'd be like, man, we barely got that. Barely got that. If it says anything over 2.0, you say, I feel really good about that.
Okay.
Like, it's going to be repeatable. It's going to happen every time. And you can see when you do this, we're not going to have rejects, but like, let's put this in the center of the belt. Okay. And let's look at the dB on that. What does it say?
3.
24.
Or
24.3. Watch when I put this over close to the side. It will be a more than 24.3. It will be 27.
27.
It's easier to detect. The hardest to detect is where in the aperture?
Farther
Dead
away.
center.
Right.
Dead center because it's the farthest away from the coils.
Right.
So in our testing, when you're doing QA, I think that this is a QA lab code. No?
Production manager.
Oh, production manager. Okay. You're QA. Oh, I thought that the QA was the red.
No, that's
Maroon.
upper.
She just thinks she's special.
I don't even. I don't know. Okay. When you test, you want to do it worst case scenario because if we get it worst case scenario, then we feel super good about it getting it anywhere else. So in this case, because of where this is at, can you stop the belt real quick? Red button. I'm putting this kind of here, which is pretty much dead center actually in the aperture. I'm putting it on top. If you want to goof around, you could put it in through the center, and then you could say, well, I'll just put it on the bottom, and you'll actually see a bigger detection event. Makes sense, it's closer to the coils, right? Okay, I said that I would talk to you about DM4. DM4 is what I want you in every time, and I'm gonna explain why, and then I'm gonna show you how to make sure that we do that because it makes your life easier. Detection mode 4. I have various detection modes on this machine. This is the same machine that I would sell to Bob's Red Mill or the Kind Bar people or doing fish, frozen fish. Like it's the same machine. Shining Ocean has
Shining
this.
Ocean, we use the same thing, Tony.
You do. You do.
Exact
And
same
actually,
thing.
you bought it. No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he did.
Well, was it 2 or just 1?
Just one.
It was just 1. It was Terramat 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 4 over there.
Right.
Total.
Yeah.
You had
No,
other ones,
no, we had
you
4,
didn't
but
have-
we had 1. We had one of these.
It was different.
Terramat 3, but actually the thing dropped down like that.
Correct. Anyway, let's DM4. What is DM4? Detection mode 4 is multi-spectrum. Remember I told you about the multiple frequencies working simultaneous and continuous to select your product. That's DM4. I don't need DM4 for everybody. I do for you because you have moisture, you have frosting, you have chocolate chips, you could have blueberries. I don't.
Fruit,
Yeah.
Fruit.
Right.
Those are all conductive, and conductivity can change the signal in there. I want you in DM4. Think of it like this. We have DM0, we have DM4, we have DM0, 1 through 6. Different programs to just inspect your product. Think of it like this. If Tony is the boss and Tony says, hey, I want you to sit down and write up an incident report of what happened today on the floor. You know that. You're like, all right, this is a pain. There was a kerfuffle, whatever. So you go to your computer and you're like, all right, I got to kind of write a letter here. You're going to go to Word. You just are. You could go to Excel. Could you write a letter in Excel? You could. It would be wonky. You'd have to do the tabs and open the. You can do it. But it's not the right tool for the job. True? Right. Like you could go to PowerPoint. You could be like, I'm going to write this in PowerPoint. You're a sociopath, but you could do it, right? But the best tool for the job it's Word, right? And you know this because you've done it for whatever, 20 years, whatever it is. If Tony came to you and said, hey, maintenance guys, I need you to do an itemized pricing of all the parts, how many, what, and then subtotals, and every week I want a different report for every, you're like, oh my gosh, well, I'll do an Excel. Like I'll put a camshaft bearing over here. We needed one of them, the unit price, the total price, and then we needed something else down here, and it's 4 of them, unit price, and you total it. That's Excel. That's what Excel is for, right? Different tool for the different job. Could you do it in Word? Yeah, you could, but then you don't get the summing. You have to go with your calculator, which is on your phone. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. I know the answers to the test, just like you do. If you had to sit down and write a letter, you know that you go to Word. I'm telling you, I know that you're DM4, and I want you to stay in DM4. So if you ever go to this, and I find this a very useful button, that status button. When you hit the status button, I find it very helpful. If it's anything but DM4, I say no way. Okay, DM4. Yeah, that's just other stuff down there. The serial number for this machine is here. I think it's right there. There's a plate. And then the serial number is also right here. So if you ever had a problem, I think it says serial number, guys. I can't see.
Yes,
it
it says.
Yep. It's like a 21700 or something like that, 21900 or 32.
36.
Okay.
Up top, right?
Yeah, 3600. Yeah, sorry. So that's what it is. If you ever needed the serial number because something is sideways or whatever, that's how you would get it. You'd get it off the offside. But for the most part, the status button is super helpful for me because it gives me a snapshot of what I'm doing, gives me an idea of where I'm at, and I say, oh, okay. Like, okay. All right. So I would like to run on DCM. I would like to try to run the cinnamon. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put it through, and let's see what this does. The double chocolate muffin. Yeah, see how it didn't like it? It just flat didn't like it.
Because it's different product.
That's correct. And so, but that's important for me to show you. We are having an issue of seeing that right off the bat. So we're going to do an auto product setup on this, on cinnamon. So I don't need practice doing this. I'll walk you through it. Nobody will be embarrassed. Who would like to do it? Oh, there we go. Okay. So what we got to do program. And by the way, I'm going to go out. Okay, so we're going to remember we're on DCM, and it tells us we're on DCM. You're going to go in here, and we're going to start a new product. So go ahead. Boom. 0000002. Enter. Okay, so now you're going to arrow down to products. Enter. New product. Okay, let's name it. And you guys.
CCCM.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cinnamon coffee cake muffin.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Yesterday I was at a cheesecake plant.
No, CCCM.
Yeah, one more C.
That's cinnamon
Four
chip.
Cs.
Yeah.
You like it?
Oh, they're wonderful people. They're good people.
There you go.
Okay, and then hit enter. Okay, and then hit program. Let's go program one more time to prove it. Oh, now we're on CCCM.
Right.
Okay, you feel good about that? Yeah. All right, let's go back to 00002 and let's do an auto learn.
0002.
So program. 2, enter. Arrow down to auto learn. Enter. Okay, so let's look at this. I want to explain this. Auto learn, we're going to turn that on. Yep. Nope. Enter. Now you do it. See how it's blinking? Now you can toggle it.
It's gonna
Now
change.
up or down.
Yep. Bang. Enter. Okay. Auto detection mode selection. Remember when I told you I always want you in mode 4? I want auto detection mode selection off. Off. Always. And then 3 passes because we have 3 cinnamon coffee cake muffin.
Yeah, we got separate ones.
Yep. Okay. So now we're ready to go. You hit program, and it's going to say, hey, pass it. So hit the green button and let it go through, and we're just going to wait. Nope, not yet.
No,
It'll tell
gotta
us.
wait.
It's still learning. Oh, it's learning.
It takes, I don't know, 15 seconds.
There. Go ahead.
Now pass product. Go ahead. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, let's go back to auto detection mode selection. Let's say that you turn that on because you're not. Somebody turns it on. You don't know who. You would do 3 passes on detection mode 0, 3 passes on detection mode 4, 3 passes on detection mode 6. You're doing 9 passes. Why would you do such a thing when I've already told you the answer to the test? The test is Word. Remember, we're writing a letter. Go to Word. It's detection mode 4 or whatever, XL, whatever euphemism you want to use there. So if you all of a sudden were like, my word, like when we set this up in the shop, it was 1, 2, 3, something's wrong. Yeah, auto product detection selection is on, and you've just made your life 3 times harder, which is fine if that's the way you want to go through life. It's great. But if you don't, you take the smart route, which I'm trying to tell you.
Take it off.
So we're done. Let's pass these through and make sure we got a good setup. Right? Now remember, when we put the cinnamon muffins through on DCM, it went wild, right?
Yeah. Right. And
Okay.
rejected it.
And now we have a great. So hit the status button. What does it tell us that we set up at? What sensitivity?
290.
290. Detection mode 4.
4.
Ferrous is what?
1.5.
Non-ferrous is
1.5.
and stainless is
2.
okay. Like I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Like let's try it. We have some samples here. 1.5.
So is that machine by themselves decide what's the number it is, or how the machine? That's the program.
Yeah, it's based on the size of the head,
Uh-huh.
the sensitivity, the feedback that we got from testing. It's a smart machine.
Okay.
I mean, it's dumb, but it's smart. Like, and so it's kind of giving you a starting place. So let's try 1.5 Ferrous. Oh, we want to go here. 5.4. 5.4.
What
Are
did
we?
you press? What did you press?
Nothing.
Back to the normal.
Yeah. By the way, we're 2 things. 5.4 is that an? Can you hit that reset? 5.4. Are you guys happy with that number? Yes or no?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's,
Why?
it's above 2 point. It's
There you
above
go.
2. Right.
There you go. It's above 2.
So
Yeah.
everything about 2, we don't need to worry, right?
No worries.
Okay.
You're
It's
happy.
everything-
Anything under 2, yes.
So what's going on with that photo eye that it's
Yeah,
detecting?
we're not seeing it. I don't know why. I mean, it's going right past it.
Is the
like-
reflection plate not set up
Part of
properly?
it could be the fact that it's clear shell.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know why it's not seeing it. I mean, like, I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Like, I'll look at that. Give me a moment. Let's do 2.0, because this is what you have. Hit the
Could be
green
also
button.
this making it confused.
Time
So
out, what?
2 of them together making it confused and
What is
No,
it?
it stops the
shouldn't do
build.
that.
The
It should
photo
just see
eye
the package go through and let the
Put
belt.
your
And
detector on top.
on top.
On top. You want it as close to the center as you can get it.
In from a QA
Turn it on.
from a QA best practice, you want to go middle as much as you can, and that would be on the top in this configuration. If it's that guy, you're not able to go to the middle. I mean, if you really wanted to be super,
You would open it up.
well, you know what
No,
I would
you
do?
could- you couldn't even
I would
open it up.
tape it to the front,
Yeah.
and I'd have it go front, and then I would turn it around, and so now it's like that's how I would do. Like if you want to be super.
Anal.
Good word. We all know. We all know. I wouldn't put it here. I mean, but you could. You could do it here, here, or here. Like in this case with the muffin clamshell, it's super easy. Like this one's a little bit taller, and therefore it's a little bit like I just put it on the top. I don't know. It's half a dozen 1/6 together. Okay, let's hit the green button and have that go through. And I'm gonna make sure this is closed. I want to look at this real quick. Yeah, that
It's
just-
in green.
so, can we run? Let's do this. Start the belt. We're now going to run double chocolate on cinnamon.
Cinnamon coffee.
Let's do it. Let's just see what happens.
Should reject it.
I think it's not going to like it. It doesn't like it. Okay. Yeah, and we are having. I might have to change that out. Okay, so DCM doesn't work on CCCM, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But what if I could make it work? Okay. You know what? Somebody's going to do it.
No.
I just want to show you what we can do. We're going to make a test. We're going to test. So can someone do a new product?
Program.
Yep.
Program.
Program. Yep. Enter. products. New product. Let's name it test. Okay? Test. We're going to do a test.
Oh wait a minute.
Just like your cell phone. Yeah, there you go. You're good.
So back in the day, cell phone.
Yeah.
Yes, the flip.
The Nokia what?
Okay.
Indestructible one. The 600?
Now I get it.
Flip open.
Oh shoot.
You get it? Okay, now let's go to auto learn. And now I want to go to, I want to go 4 passes. Enter. 4. Or arrows. Yeah, either or. Yep, enter. And then let's go up here to auto learn. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Auto learn, enter. And when it starts blinking, then you toggle it to on. Now it's locked in.
No.
What's that?
Then press up arrow.
Oh.
Or down.
And then enter.
And then enter. Now it's locked in. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a test. I mean, I don't know how this is going to work. I mean, I know, but I don't know. We're going to do 2 cinnamons. We're going to do 2 double chocolate whatevers. And we'll just see how it sets up. Remember, double chocolate didn't work for cinnamon. Cinnamon didn't work for double chocolate. Let's see if we can merge these 2. Let's just see.
This time
Okay,
we're trying
hit
to
program.
teach both of them.
Right.
Let's just see what we get. Program.
Program, Randy.
And it'll probably tell you to program. There you go. Pass. So we're going to do 2 of these. Well, we'll just mix them up. We don't care. We had another chocolate. Oh, they're down here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. All right. Okay. It's going to think about it for a minute. Remember, auto detection selection mode. We'd be doing these 4 on multiple different
Right.
You can do it if you want to.
Okay.
All right, hit status. Let's see what we. Well, first of all, let's go here. We have a good setup. We put the CCM through. Oh, not so shabby.
It flipped 1.
Big whoop.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. Remember before. Oh,
And nothing.
okay. Let's hit status. Sensitivity.
284.
Okay, so a little bit less. Detection mode 4. Ferris is what?
180, and 2. That's good.
So it's find the middle, right?
It
Between these 2 products because it
course.
was 1.2 and
1.5. Yeah, and so the benefit is you could run both of these. We just did it. We have one product that does muffins. We have it as test, but
Right,
muffins.
right.
We just proved it. We trust but verify. Like we'll run our samples. You have a little bit of a step back on your sensitivity, but now you have one product set up, one product profile set up for both. It's up to you guys how you want to manage that. I just wanted to show that to you. You can see that it'll set up. Again, no other metal detector company can do this as effectively as us. Why? Because I have open frequency slots. It sets up different when I do double chocolate and I do cinnamon. It sets, I mean, you saw it. Double chocolate, rejected on cinnamon, and vice versa. Cinnamon on double chocolate. But if you do them together, and I do this quite often, because some people are like, look, we're just going to run muffins on this all day. We have 5 different families of muffins. And then I say, well, then do 2 times 5, so 10 passes. It takes a little bit of elbow grease to set it up.
Right.
And you send it through. You verify that those work for your specs, for your organization. And if it does, awesome, right? Then you never change the machine over. You're just doing muffins.
Unless you're doing a cake or something.
Well,
yeah, right.
Well, that's not a muffin.
Right.
So you would go to cake, right? So what I'm saying is you can do grouping. Okay, you can try grouping. Maybe you have 5 main types of muffins, and you try all 5, and the results aren't great. and you pull one of those out, and so you got one that has blueberries in it, and for whatever reason the fruit is whatever, and it just doesn't. It's not part of the team. It's a little bit of an outlier. It's a little bit wacky. Great, pull it out, and all the other 4 muffins can go. You know, there's some different ways to do that. Approach it, or you can just say, hey, DCM is DCM, doggone it, and CCCM is and we're just going to change every time. You have the memory to do it. 2 of them are already in there, so. That's my little tech talk on grouping. What you do, but you also you don't want to run on the razor's edge, right? You never want a false reject. Why? False rejects make you say what? Now let's say we have 3 things in there and the machine is always false reject. And you see 3 in there and you're like, these are probably fine, and someone throws them back on the line. Not QA. QA would never do that because QA don't trust anybody. They're very hard on people. But an operator might be like, this is absurd. These are fine. This is a false. You know what? I'm going to help Tony and the production team out and just keep throwing them on. Right? Well, then we've defeated the whole purpose. Right? So we want 0 false rejects. Right? So you don't want your specs so tight that you're dancing on the tip of the knife. You want them reasonable, but you want to make sure that when we get a reject, by golly, there's something different with that. Like, for whatever reason, we don't know what it is. Something's different than that, and it goes away. It goes to the lab. If you did get a reject out of this 4, you know what I would do? Rip this open, and I'd go one muffin at a time. Yeah. And you'd find it.
That's what we're doing. That's what we usually do right now.
I'm sure, I kind of heard that in the background. That's what you do. Okay.
This machine will be able to do that because it was set up for 4 muffin, and when you do your investigation, you have to run one by one. Will we do that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
So now we did 2 kind of muffins
On test,
in the same
Program. Yeah.
Is it possible to add another type of
You would do. Let's say
muffins later in the same program or not?
this is what I would do. We have test. We just did it as test.
Right.
We all know though that test is DCM and CCM.
2
Okay.
kind of.
So I would take blueberry
Right.
or whatever, and I'd run it through there. And if it worked, I'd be like, sweet, it works. I would just test it. I would just run it through
In the under the test mode.
under test.
Okay.
Under 2 muffin
Okay.
collaboration, however you want to name that, whatever. If it goes through just fine, and then you get the samples, you're like, sweet, this works on blueberry. If you passed it through, just like we did on these 2 earlier, and it didn't like it, you would say, okay, either we do another auto product setup, and instead of doing 4 passes, we do 6. So we do 2 of these, 2 of these,
Right.
2
So
of
we
these.
So you have to do it over again.
You have to have all
Yeah.
the products.
Right.
learned.
Yeah.
What I meant was that let's say we are done with this product
Yeah,
and we don't have this product
correct.
right
At
now.
11 o'clock, we're getting blueberry.
Exactly.
So this is what you do. You just go to test, and you run the blueberry, and does it work? Yes or no? Yes? Sweet.
Good.
Verify that your samples are detected. Like,
Right.
just pass it through. Do we have a good setup for this? Yes. Sweet. Did we get our so like a decision chart? Did it work? Yes. Did it go through with no signals, like no false rejects? Yes. Does it get its samples? Yes. You're good to go. Did you pass it through? Did it work? No. Do an auto product setup with all 6.
Right.
2 DCM,
That's
2
what I'm
CCM,
saying.
2
So
blueberry.
So you can't just
Work.
add it in there. You
We
know what
can't-
you're
You
talking
have to
about.
do a little bit
Right,
of investigation.
right,
the
right,
auto
right,
learn.
Can
right.
add it later.
to the next product onto it.
Right.
Yeah, yes, correct. If you do a auto learn and you say, hey, I just want to add these 2 blueberry, then it
You have to
gets
do
rid
everything.
of DCM and CCM.
Yeah,
You have to do,
everything.
Everything.
you do,
Right.
Yeah,
which is
which
6.
is fine.
Which is fine. It takes a little bit of elbow grease, but it's not that hard.
Yeah, but if you add another one, then you got to go 8.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
You
all
are
right.
good at adding. Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
I
if
mean,
you do another one, it's 10.
I got
play this
it.
game all day.
But what I'm saying
I
is
got-
that
I can
I'm.
count my
Yep.
twos. Yeah, but you're correct.
Right.
I mean, you have to do a blueberry anyway, right? You have to inspect it. Well, it'd be cool if it would go on the same one. And so let's just say, like, I don't know what it looks like for you guys in 30 days. Quite frankly, I should come back in 30 days because by that time you'll have had time to mess with it and see how it works on the production line. So let's look at coffee cake. For fun, let's turn it on. It's on test. We know that test is for these four products. Let's just run a coffee cake through and see what it does. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Kind of likes it. Kind of likes it, guys.
It's the same cinnamon and coffee cake is the same recipe.
It's the same. It's just a different.
Oh, gluten free and gluten.
It's the
It's
same.
almost the same.
So the metal detector is the same.
Almost the same.
The difference, these are in 4 muffins, and this is in 1 cake.
Yeah.
Big whoopie. It's the same. This is the weight, 16 ounces. This is 14. It's the same, guys. And how do I know? Because we just did it. So all of it, all of this could run on 1. This is an acceptable way to do it. And I just showed you how we did it. If Coffee Cake would have went nuts on this, we'd have said, doesn't work. It didn't. It was fabulous. Yeah. Okay. That was simple. That was super simple. Like, we ran it through. It was that decision tree. Does it go through on the current product? Yes or no? Well, it was yes, and it went through with no, but like, we're in great shape there. So really, if
Well-
we want to do a cake, I would like to do a cake.
Could we try putting one of these on top of this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because you know the height
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
Does it matter if it's frozen, Jim?
Go ahead. What's on that?
Wouldn't we want to try to run it at temperature as we run it through
Correct.
the production?
Correct. It's a good one.
Because if we throw in frozen, temperature variance.
Yeah,
will
so
mess
can
with
I do frozen? Yeah, this machine will do, like, I would take this machine, if you guys said, and you're not, if you guys said, you know what, guys, we don't want this machine. It's just, we don't need metal detectors because we're awesome. Whoops, we don't have it. Okay, I know. And you're like, fine. And I just take it down the road and I give it to Shining Ocean. I won't do this, but same machine. It just sets up on different frequencies for fish than it would for baked items. Doesn't matter to me.
So we go back to
Program 00002. New product. Maybe sea cake for chocolate cake, or you know what, you guys. Oh, with buttercream, this is probably bad for you.
It's gluten free, man. It's good for you.
Good call. Yeah, go for it. Green. And then I just got to finish, follow the instructions. I don't remember if that was 3 passes or 4.
look at the
you
number.
Can't. Yeah. So because we did 4 on the last one,
It's still on 4.
it's still on 4,
Okay, I'll
which
tell
is
you
fine.
what.
We're just gonna have to
Yeah.
do 4
One,
passes.
yeah.
You're on it.
Go.
Better than Tiller Farms metal detectors that run 20 per product.
Dude, I need to get into that place. I'm pretty sure if I walked in there on fire, they wouldn't even put me out there. I can't get into there. It's okay. Like, I get it.
They don't invest money on that.
We do okay in Taylor Farms and other locations with our machines. Okay, so because we had 4 passes, we have to do 1 more. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. Okay. These are cakes, gluten-free cakes, and these weigh about what?
22 ounces.
22 ounces. You know, right off the. I like how these nest together too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, in a second here it'll be done.
Yeah.
We'll verify that we got a good setup. Not quite yet. We're at 93.
Yeah,
Go ahead. No.
still configuring.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Go ahead. Let's make sure we got a good setup. How does it look when we go through there? Looks pretty
No
darn
movement
good.
at all. Yeah, real good.
Okay, let's hit status.
He's got a 290
Yep.
dissection for 1.2, 1.5, and 2.
It's gonna do great, dude.
Yeah.
What did you put this on the cake?
I didn't name it.
You didn't name
It's
it?
still on test.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
oh,
see
still,
it
okay.
right there. It's
Oh,
still
still
on
on
test.
test. Okay.
So we just destroyed DCM and CCM combination. Yeah.
That cake is toast.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Grease, yeah.